Let us start our session with the ground reflection propagation model. Now, to have a clear idea about the ground reflection, now this is a two-ray propagation model. I am just assuming that my rays here, the incident and the reflected. So that's why incident ray and the reflected ray. These are the two rays where that's why this particular model is considered as a two-ray propagation model. So to understand this propagation model, I must understand the three basic mechanisms or three basic propagation mechanisms. So what are the three basic mechanisms here? So if I see, whenever I'm going to transmit any signal, I have, like, there will be the in between obstacles. So it may give rise a reflection, diffraction, and a scattering. So these are three fundamental phenomena that cause signal propagation in a mobile communication system apart from LOS communication. So एक होता है आपका line of sight direct ray होता है और दूसरा में भी reflected, diffracted, scattered ray हो सकता है. So the most important parameter predicted by propagation model based on above three phenomena is the received power. So you need to consider these three phenomena while calculating received power. So we'll talk about the first parameter, first mechanism, that is reflection. So this reflection occurs when a propagating electromagnetic wave impinges upon an object which has a very large dimension when compared to the wavelength of the propagating wave. उसकी wavelength से ज़्यादा जब कोई obstacle आता है उस पे स्ट्राइक होके जो निकल रहा है उसे आप रिफ्लेक्शन कहेंगे. सो रिफ्लेक्शन ऑकर्स फ्रॉम द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ एंड फ्रॉम बिल्डिंग एंड from walls. ठीक है. So this is reflection. The second is the diffraction. When you will observe diffraction here, now this diffraction will occur when the radio path between transmitter and receiver is obstructed by surface that has sharp irregularities. So your diffraction will occur when your transmitter receiver will be uh, blocked or will be obstructed by a surface that has a sharp irregularities. Now the secondary wave resulting from the obstructing surface are present throughout the space and even behind the obstacle also. It gives rise to the bending of waves around the obstacle. So even when a line of sight part does not exist between transmitter and receiver. ठीक है. So ये waves हर जगह पे आपके present रहेंगे. So at high frequency diffraction like reflections depends on the geometry of the object as well as amplitude, phase, and polarization of the incident wave at the point of diffraction. Now, next mechanism is the scattering. So, how you're going to define a scattering? This scattering will only occur when the medium through which the wave travels consists of an object with the dimensions that has that are small compared to the wavelengths. ठीक है. And where the number of obstacles per unit volume is large. So scattered waves are produced by rough surfaces, small objects, or by other irregularities in the channel. So in practice, foliage, street signs, and lamp post induce the scattering in the mobile communication. So these are the examples who generates the scattering. Now, reflection from the perfect conductor. Here we're just concentrating on one mechanism, that is reflection. So when I talk about the reflection, so what kind of reflection I'll observe from the perfect conductor? So suppose I have an electromagnetic and which I'm just transmitting. So since electromagnetic energy cannot pass through a perfect conductor, a plane wave incident on a conductor and has all of its energy reflected back. So here, if I see this diagram, you can see here, this is nothing but the energy which, now this is, I am assuming that this is nothing but the perfect conductor. So it strikes on that conductor, no energy will be absorbed, and that's why you can, or you can say, pass through it, then it will be completely reflected. Okay. So as the electric field at the surface of the conductor must be equal to zero at all times in order to obey Maxwell's equation. So the reflected wave must be equal in magnitude to the incident wave for the case when E polarization is in the plane of incidences, the boundary conditions required. So यहाँ पे अगर आपका ये plane if you are considering this is nothing but the perfect conductor, then you will have this EI is equal to ER. ठीक है. So you can see here, now here this is the angle of incident and this is the reflected angle. So what happens in this case, your theta I is equal to theta R. And if you are in, this is electric incident energy and this is the reflected energy. So your ER is equal to ER. Now the second condition, if you are considering that E field is horizontally polarized, okay, and the boundary condition, now here the boundary conditions require that your theta I is equal to theta R. Now here your EI is not equal to minus here. So this is the condition when your this particular is nothing but a, it's this is a case where your E field is horizontally polarized and the boundary conditions require theta I, theta R, and your field is a plane is not in the plane of indices. So this is the condition, but right now we are not going to concentrate on this one. We are going to use this things to understand the ground reflection scenario. Okay, so the ground reflection model, so to understand this ground reflection model or a two-ray model, I'll just explain it with the diagram. So here the first thing which we must understand, in the mobile radio channel, a single direct path between the base station and the mobile is seldom the only physical means for propagation. That is what we called as a line of sight. Okay, and your this free space model is in most cases inaccurate when used alone. Okay, so the two-ray ground reflection model shown in figure 2 is useful propagation model that is based on geometric optics and considers both the direct as well as ground reflected propagation path between the transmitter and receiver. Okay, so this model has been found to be reasonably accurate for predicting the large scale signal strength over the distance of several kilometers for mobile radio system. So agar aapke paas, if you are having if you are using a tall towers that is height which exceeds more than 50 meters, as well as the line of sight microcell channels in urban environment, so this is applicable for a larger distances. So you can say this is the large scale propagation model. Okay, now here, if you see, this is nothing but the figure which shows you the two-ray propagation model. So what this two-way propagation model indicates over here, so you can have this HT, this is a transmitting antenna. You can say this is the transmitter. This is your receiving antenna, which will be denoted by HR. एक है आपका line of sight, ठीक है, direct ray जा रहा है, और दूसरा this is the ground. Now this strikes on this ground and reflected back. ठीक है, so my receiver receives two rays. एक तो आपका ELOS है और दूसरा आपका ER, that is EG, and your angle of incidence is theta and a reflected angle, let us say theta 0. Okay, now we'll see each and every parameter which is involved in this particular diagram. This diagram shows you the two-ray ground reflection model, whereas E total, यहाँ पे जो E total है, that is total electric field received at the receiver side. What is ELOS? This is the direct line of sight component of the electric field. What is EG? Now this EG, now you are incident energy and this is the reflected one and it again reaches to the receiver. So EG is the ground reflected component. उसके बाद D क्या है? This is the ये आपका transmitter है, आपका receiver. So this is the distance between transmitter and receiver. HT, that is the height of transmitting antenna. HR is nothing but the height of your receiving antenna. E0, what is the E0 here? E0 is nothing but the free space E field. ठीक है, जो आपका आपने यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है E0. ठीक है, सो ये फ्री स्पेस ई फील्ड है. D0 इज द रेफरेंस डिस्टेंस. यू हैव कंसिडर्ड, जैसे हमने लास्ट टाइम एक न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व किया था, उसमें वी हैव कंसिडर्ड वन डिस्टेंस एज अ रेफरेंस डिस्टेंस व्हिच इज ग्रेटर देन द फ्राउनहोफर डिस्टेंस. ठीक है, सो दिस इज द ground wave propagation model. Now how you are going to give a general equation for plane wave in the free space? आपका जो भी होता है, this is Ez of t, where z is nothing but the direction of the propagation. How you are representing your plane wave in the free space? It's a E0, e raised to minus gamma z or minus alpha z. So normally it's a minus gamma z, but as it's not propagating, it is the attenuation constant is considered, that is minus alpha z. ठीक है, cos of omega t minus beta z. So this beta is nothing but the, you can say, the phase constant. ठीक है, so this is 2 pi by lambda and this is the ax. That should be the arrow over here, that I'll correct. ठीक है, okay, so here I'm just going to give you the elaboration of each and every term which is used here. E0 is the amplitude of the wave. W is the angular velocity, which is 2 pi f. Beta is the phase constant, that is 2 pi by lambda. ठीक है, now what is the z? Z is the direction of the propagation. अल्फा इज द फेज कांस्टेंट, ठीक है। यहाँ पे अगर आप प्रोपागेशन कांस्टेंट की बात कर रहे हो तो गैमा इज इक्वल टू अल्फा प्लस जे बीटा। अल्फा इज अटेन्युएशन कांस्टेंट, ठीक है, और यू कैन से अल्फा इज द फेज कांस्टेंट, सॉरी दिस इज द I can say this is the phase constant, and this is nothing but the sorry, gamma is the propagation constant, alpha is actually attenuation constant, and beta is the phase constant. So we need to correct this one. This is nothing but the, I can say, this will be your attenuation constant. So I have just need to, so this will be the attenuation constant. So these are nothing but the significance of each and every term which we are using in the general equation for plane wave in the free space. Now let us move towards another things. What is this? This is nothing but the ax, this is nothing but the direction of the field variation. आपका field कैसे vary होता है. Now I'm going to use this equation to rewrite your equation. Now in which I am interested? I am interested in the electric field intensity received at the distance d. So I'll write d comma t. So this is the electric field distance at distance d, electric field intensity at distance d and at time t. So it will be represented by E0 d0 by d cos of omega c t minus d by c. Now you'll feel that this equation is very much complicated, but we'll just try to give you the exact idea of this equation. Now let us consider, let us understand this is nothing but the amplitude of your signal. So what this term means, this is cos of omega ct minus d by t. So let us just solve this particular term only, ठीक है. So cos of omega ct minus omega c d by c, ठीक है, मैंने सिर्फ उसको अंदर मल्टीप्लाई किया है. नाउ व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय ओमेगा सी हियर? दिस ओमेगा सी इज नथिंग बट द 2 पाई एफ सी. यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे दिस इज 2 पाई एफ सी. नाउ नेक्स्ट टर्म इज 2 पाई d and c. Again I'm going to just write down this equation which is becomes like 2 pi fc d divided by c, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे you are going to consider this c as like let us say 2 pi fc by c. Okay, frequency by velocity of light. So this becomes lambda because we know that whenever we are talking about this kind of a things, let us say c is equal to, or f is equal to c by lambda. So I can say that lambda is equal to c by f, ठीक है. तो आपका ये sorry lambda is equal to c by f. Am I right? Okay, ठीक है, c by f, ठीक है. So 1 by lambda is equal to f by c. So our equation is in that format, fc by c. It becomes a 1 by lambda. So this will be by lambda. So 2 pi by lambda we have already calculated. We have already denoted this term as nothing but the, you can say it's a phase constant. So if you see this is E0 D0 D cos of omega ct minus beta d. And let's just recall what we have seen in the previous equation here. So this is the amplitude and this is cos of omega t minus beta z, ठीक है. So our equation is in the same format if you see here, cos omega ct minus beta d. So though this equation looks complicated, this satisfies what how we are representing our electric field when variations are there in the d directions, ठीक है. So we have rewrite that equation for this particular diagram. So you can see here your E D at T. So मुझे क्या करना है, मुझे यहाँ पे जो भी मेरा स्ट्रेंथ है उसको फाइंड आउट करना है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड स्ट्रेंथ को. So it gives me E0 D0 by D cos of omega c T minus d by dt. Now here I need to consider two distances, ठीक है. अगर आप यहाँ पे वो डायग्राम कंसिडर कर रहे हो तो यहाँ पे आपको दो चीजों को कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा. So first I'll go back here again to tell you what are the distances given over there. एक है आपका direct distance, that is d. Now let us denote this distance with the d prime, ठीक है. और ये जो पूरा डिस्टेंस है रिफ्लेक्टेड उसको d डबल प्राइम, ठीक है. सो आई एम जस्ट रिप्रेजेंटिंग जो भी मेरा लाइन ऑफ साइट डिस्टेंस है डी डैश, और जो भी रिफ्लेक्टेड डिस्टेंस है उसको मैं डी डबल डैश से रिप्रेजेंट करूंगी, ठीक है. और मुझे ये वाला जो भी इक्वेशन है वो दोनों डिस्टेंस के लिए निकालना पड़ेगा. आई हैव टू फाइंड आउट दिस फॉर बोथ द डिस्टेंसेस. वन इज फॉर ये डैश वाला चीज है, अगर मैं यहाँ पे ऐड करूंगी तो दिस विल बिकम लाइक दिस, ठीक है. अभी मैं यहाँ पे नहीं लिख रही हूँ क्योंकि वो ऑलरेडी वहां पे है. सो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी व्हेन इट ट्रेवल्स लाइन ऑफ साइट, ठीक है, and I need to consider this E total, that is nothing but the ELOS. एक तो directly receive हो रहा है, दूसरा reflected हो रहा है. So I'm just assuming that ER is nothing but the EG. ठीक है? I hope the things are clear till now. ठीक है? So if E0 is the free space E field that is holds per meter at the reference distance D0 from the transmitter, then D must be greater than D0. The free space propagating E field will be given by this one. So E d of t is equal to E0 D0 D cos of omega c t t minus D by C, where D is greater than D0. ठीक है? Now here, your ED of t is E0 D0 D represents the envelope of the E field at d meters from the transmitter. This represents envelope. Two propagating wave arrives at the receiver. एक है line of sight, that is the direct wave that travels distance d prime, and the reflected wave that travels the distance d double prime. ठीक है? So the E field due to line of sight कंपोनेंट से जो है उसको हम डी डैश बोल रहे हैं, तो इसको हमने थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई करा है. ELOS D prime T is equal to E0 D0 D prime cos of ओमेगा सी टी T minus D prime C. सिर्फ जहां पे आपके डिस्टेंस वाली चीजें थी उसको आपने D prime से रिप्लेस कर दिया. ठीक है? उसके बाद आपका दूसरा ई फील्ड है जो ग्राउंड रिफ्लेक्टेड वेव से जनरेट होता है. सो यू आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग इट विद द डिस्टेंस ऑफ डी डबल प्राइम. आप उसको कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे? ई जी d double prime t is equal to, now you need to consider this reflection coefficient. This rho indicates the reflection coefficient over here. So E0 D0 D double prime cos of t minus d double prime by c. ठीक है? सो ये रिफ्लेक्शन कोएफिशिएंट है, ये E0 D0 D. मैंने ये इक्वेशन सेम ही रखा है, सिर्फ D को रिप्लेस किया है D डबल प्राइम से, और आई हैव कंसीडर्ड द रिफ्लेक्शन कोएफिशिएंट एज योर वेव इंसिडेंट्स एंड रिफ्लेक्ट्स बैक. ठीक है? सो दिस इज द थिंग्स विच वी हैव डन हियर. नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉ ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ डाइलेक्ट्रिक, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले भी बोला था, थीटा हाई इज इक्वल टू theta 0. This is the incident angle and this is the reflection angle. And your EG is equal to rho EI. आपका क्योंकि यहाँ पे incident wave है और reflected है, तो you need to consider that reflection coefficient. Now what will be the E total? It will be 1 plus rho divided into EI. This is the incident angle. Now let us put all these values whatever we have seen. So अगर आपका परफेक्ट ग्राउंड रिफ्लेक्शन है तो आपका रिफ्लेक्शन कोएफिशिएंट होगा -1 और आपका ET इज इक्वल टू 0. सो अगर आप ELOS की बात कर रहे हो, ठीक है, so you need to take a vector sum of ELOS and the resultant total E field envelope. So how you're going to give it? E total is equal to ELOS plus EG. एक तो लाइन ऑफ साइट है और एक रिफ्लेक्टेड है. नाउ योर टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कैन बी expressed as the sum of equations. Two equations जो मैंने पहले आपको दिए थे. So E total is a ELOS, which is nothing but the E0 D0 D prime cos of omega c t minus d prime by c, and EG, which is nothing but the -1. This is the reflection coefficient. ठीक है? -1 E0 D0 D double prime cos of omega c t minus d double dash by or d double prime by c. ठीक है? So the both equations are same. Now I'm going to solve this particular equation. Now I need to use a method of image to understand how I can going to find out all these things. ठीक है? मुझे पहले path difference निकालना पड़ेगा. Then I can understand what is the phase difference, and then I can calculate what is the time delay. ठीक है? So first thing is, this is my normal figure where I am assuming this is my direct distance d dash. This is my this is my line of sight distance d dash. Now here this is my reflected distance, which is d double dash. This is the height of antenna, which is nothing but the HT, and this is nothing but the HR. ठीक है? So मैंने सिर्फ उसको image किया है. The same you can say image I have put as a mirror of that particular image. This particular method is called as a mirror, or this method is called as a method of images. ठीक है? So here I can understand. Now I need to take highlighter over here. ठीक है? अगर आप यहाँ पे देखेंगे, this is the height of transmitting antenna and this is the height of receiving antenna. ठीक है? मुझे D प्राइम निकालने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? I'll just consider ये वाला ट्रायंगल. ठीक है? ठीक है? मैं D प्राइम के लिए आपको अलग से मेथड बताऊंगी कैसे निकालते हैं. So this is nothing but the how I can, ये वाला मैंने ट्रायंगल यहाँ पे कंसिडर कर लिया. सो सॉरी, ये थोड़ा सा, ठीक है, ये वाला ट्रायंगल अगर मैं कंसिडर करती हूँ तो आई नीड टू फाइंड आउट ये वाला चीज. ठीक है? मुझे इससे क्या मिलेगा? इफ यू अप्लाई द ट्रिग्नोमेट्री रूल्स ओवर हियर. दिस इज एच टी, ठीक है, कंप्लीट एच टी है, और ये वाला डिस्टेंस एच आर है. तो ये वाला डिस्टेंस क्या हुआ आपका, एच टी माइनस एच आर, ठीक है. एंड दिस इज द डी प्राइम. सो हाउ यू कैन कैलकुलेट डी प्राइम. सो डी प्राइम स्क्वायर इज नथिंग बट दिस स्क्वायर प्लस दिस स्क्वायर, ठीक है. सो हियर चलो, आपका जो भी डी प्राइम है वो इससे मिलेगा, शायद यहाँ पे नहीं दिया है तो हम लोग निकाल लेते. डी प्राइम कैसे निकाल सकते हैं हम लोग, ठीक है. सो आई जस्ट यूज दिस पेन. सो आई कैन राइट हियर दिस डी प्राइम इज इक्वल टू, और दिस डी प्राइम द राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल. सो आई कैन से डी प्राइम का आपका स्क्वायर जो है वो होगा, दिस इज द डायरेक्ट डिस्टेंस, सो आई कैन से दिस विल बी द डी स्क्वायर प्लस एच टी, सॉरी एच टी माइनस एच आर स्क्वायर. अब ये इसका स्क्वायर है तो स्क्वायर रूट निकालेंगे. सो स्क्वायर रूट में ये जाएगा एच टी माइनस एच आर स्क्वायर प्लस डी स्क्वायर. सो ये आपका डी प्राइम आ गया, ये सेकेंड वाला टर्म. व्हाट अबाउट द अनदर टर्म दैट इज डी डबल प्राइम. नाउ एज यू कैन सी हियर आई हैव यूज्ड द मेथड ऑफ इमेजिंग ओवर हियर, एंड आई कैन से दैट ये वाला जो लेंथ है आपका, ये वाला आर एंड दिस लेंथ, दिस बोथ आर इक्वल, ठीक है. सो आई जस्ट यूज अनदर थिंग टू अंडरस्टैंड. ये जो डिस्टेंस है आपका और ये जो डिस्टेंस है आपका, दिस आर बोथ डिस्टेंसेस आर सेम, ठीक है. सो हियर आई कैन यूज दिस ट्रायंगल. ये मैं यहाँ पे अगेन आई एम गोइंग टू हाईलाइट समथिंग ओवर हियर. अगर यहाँ पे आपको दिखाना है तो आई जस्ट गो विथ अनदर, जस्ट ट्राई टू शो यू अनदर ट्रायंगल, ठीक है, यहाँ पे, ठीक है. सो ये वाला ट्राइंगल आई पुट हियर इन द पिक्चर. ये वाला यहाँ से लेके आप यहाँ तक चले जाइए, ठीक है. ये वाला ट्राइंगल पिक्चर में आ जाएगा, ठीक है. आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू शो यू विच ट्राइंगल आई एम कंसिडरिंग इफ पॉसिबल, ठीक है. ये वाला ट्रायंगल पिक्चर में आ गया. तो मुझे इंटरेस्ट किस में है, डी डबल प्राइम में. सो कैन आई से दिस डिस्टेंस एंड दिस डिस्टेंस शोज मी द डबल प्राइम, ऑफ कोर्स. सो हियर आई हैव अ डी स्क्वायर प्लस, नाउ दिस थिंग इज नथिंग बट द, यू नीड टू, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक जो भी आपका डिस्टेंस है दैट इज नथिंग बट द, ये पूरा हाइट ऑफ ट्रांसमिटिंग एंटीना और ये पूरा हाइट ऑफ रिसीविंग एंटीना. सो आई कैन राइट हियर डी डबल प्राइम. So just give me a second so that I can write these things. So here d double prime का जो स्क्वायर है आपका is equal to, ये वाला स्क्वायर कैसे होगा, d स्क्वायर, या फिर हम लोग पहले ये वाला एच टी प्लस एच आर, ये पूरा टर्म का स्क्वायर, ठीक है, प्लस डी स्क्वायर, क्योंकि ये डिस्टेंस है. सो d डबल प्राइम इज इक्वल टू स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ एच टी प्लस एच आर स्क्वायर plus d square. So the same things are mentioned over here, ठीक है. I have tried you to show ये वाला triangle कैसे आप ठीक से कर सकते हो. So this is nothing but another triangle which we have considered to find out the d double prime, ठीक है. So ये d double prime आपका यहाँ पे आ गया. तो ये वाला triangle मैंने consider कर दिया है next इसमें, ठीक है. Okay, so I have got d prime and d double prime, ठीक है. So how you are going to find out the path difference यहाँ पे. So path difference is nothing but the differences between two paths. So d double prime minus d prime. So I have got both the values here. So I'll put that values. So this is ht plus hr square plus d square minus ht minus hr square plus d square. So here straightforward, I'll just give you the answer. So when the TR separation distance d is very large compared to ht plus hr in an equation, then it can be simplified using a Taylor series approximation. So I am not going to put down how that Taylor series approximation will be there, but you can go afterwards how it can be shown. But straightforward, the answer is given here. That is nothing but the d prime double prime minus d prime is nothing but the 2ht hr divided by d. While transmitting the thing, we are assuming some things, that your height of transmitting antenna and your height of receiving antenna is very, very smaller than lambda. Your height of transmitting antenna and your height of receiving antenna are nothing but, I'm just these things sorry, are very, very smaller than distance, and these are very, very greater than the lambda, ठीक है. सो दीज आर नथिंग बट द assumptions. आपका जो भी assumption है वो ये है. Just let me tell you one thing over here. Just give me a second so that I can tell you. These are our first assumptions which we have done over here. ठीक है. So the first thing which we have assumed is nothing but the your height of transmitting antenna and your height of receiving antenna is very very greater than lambda. Your distances are very very greater than HR and HT. ठीक है. So height of antenna are larger than the wavelength. Height of antenna are lesser than the transmitter receiver separation. Your reflected waves are considered as gracing indices. Means distance is large. That means your reflected waves over here, the gracing indices means almost parallel to the ground. Next, lack of curvature. Though our Earth surface is having that curvature, we are neglecting that curvature because we are considering the distances in like mid kilometers or 10 kilometers, 100 kilometers, something like that. So we're just neglecting that curvature of Earth over there. So whatever equation we have got here for the path difference is nothing but the d double prime minus d prime 2ht hr by d. So ht is the height of transmitting antenna, hr is the height of receiving antenna, and is the distance between transmitter and receiver. Now once the path difference is known, the phase difference, that is your theta delta between two E field components and a time delay between the arrival of two components can be easily computed. ठीक है. वो कैसे compute करेंगे? So here this phase difference theta delta is equal to 2 pi path difference by lambda. ठीक है. या फिर इसको आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं. This is nothing but the 2 pi by lambda is your beta, that is phase constant. So 2 pi lambda, so 2 pi by lambda into this delta. So you just put this 2 pi, fc will become omega c. So in a simple ways you can write this equation. ये यहाँ पे जो भी simplification करके दिया है. So 2 pi, ठीक है, fc आपका डेल्टा वैसे ही रहेगा. यहाँ पे आप lambda into fc. This is the carrier frequency, fc means. ठीक है. So 2 pi fc is nothing but the omega c, whereas this delta will and lambda into fc, as we know that your lambda is equal to c by fc, then you can say c is equal to lambda fc. So you can replace that with the velocity of light. So if you know what is the path difference, phase difference is just a multiplication it with the phase constant. That's why it becomes a delta omega c divided by c, where c is the velocity of light and this is the angular velocity. Okay. So path difference. What about the time delay? Time delay can be calculated in both ways, if you know the path difference and if you know the phase difference. So if I know path difference, it will be delta by c. Okay. And if you know the phase difference, it will be theta delta by 2 pi fc. So this is how we can calculate. So you just put all these things over here, you will get delta by c only. Okay. So this is the time delay. So I think whatever outcome of this two-ray propagation model is nothing but the one is the path difference, second is the phase difference, and third one is nothing but the time delay.